Yo, what is going on, chat? We are back at it again with another live stream. Kind of early in the morning for this live stream, but I figured we'd have all day to do this. Don't worry, this ain't going to be an all day thing. Um, if y'all remember a couple live streams ago, we were actually in Train Sim World 4 and we were going across California with a long tanker train. Unfortunately, my game decided to crash right after I ended my live stream. So we're back in here traveling across California again, but we're doing something a little bit different. Today we're going to be running a manifest train um, with a rare locomotive. Um, it's rare to see in California. It's not really a rare locomotive, but it's rare to see in California. Um, we're going to be running Union Pacific's, BNSF's, and one special unit, a Norfolk Southern. Now, if y'all know what Norfolk Southerns are, they are these locomotives right down here. These trains right here are based out of places as in Pennsylvania, North Carolina, South Carolina, places like that. You don't ever really see Norfolk Southerns in California, which is why I figured we would run one as a DPU unit tonight, or today. This Norfolk Southern is going to be Unit 8011. We're going to have BNSF 3272 with the new paint scheme. We're going to have BNSF 7656 with the H2 scheme. Two Union Pacifics, first being 5656, and the lead unit 6122. And in the back, we are going to have BNSF 3261 as a rear DPU unit. With that being said, guys, we are a whopping 130 cars long at 1.5 miles long. That being said, chat, we're going to be going across California today, a different part of California. So we're actually going to go, if y'all are familiar with Cajon Pass, we're actually going to be going straight through Cajon Pass all the way down to the junction down here. Now, with that being said, chat, this is quite a little trip, if I do have to say so myself. It is going to be a... Give me 1 second, chat. If I can figure out where my, see, our FPS is running. Okay. Did it set the waypoint, chat? It set the waypoint. So it's gonna be one heck of a ride, chat. One heck of a ride. I believe once we do get started off here, just to make sure, let me double check myself here. That is not it. Okay. That's not what I wanted to do. Alright. Let's see. Not telling us how many miles we're going, chat. FPS is running a little low. So tell you what we're gonna do, chat, is we're gonna go over here to our options, our settings, and then we're gonna go to advanced settings and turn some of these down. As my computer does not like to run them sometimes. Go ahead and let this load in. Is it loaded? Yep, it's loaded. Okay. So it is now loaded in. We are running better on FPS now. FPS is going to be running about 40 or 50. But yeah, with that being said, chat, first things first, we're going to go ahead and get started and jump right into this. We are going to be going a little far, so we're going to make sure everything is to where it needs to be. Turn our distributed power on, of course. Let's see, distributed power, short headlights, long hood, running lights, fuel pump, local control, cab and computer display is on. Crosswalk lights, number lights, control comp is on. Heater off, heater off. What's the heater? Looks like everything. Oh, our lights, running lights, they are on. Okay. Looks like everything is good. We're going to go ahead and turn our gauge lights on as well. Step lights are on. Alright, perfect. So we're going to go ahead and get started on this journey, chat. We have a 57-mile journey. As y'all know, last time we were going about 34 to 35 miles. This is a 57-mile long trip, chat. So get locked in, get buckled in, and get comfortable because this is going to be a very, very long trip. We're hauling a manifest train all the way across California. So without further ado, let's go ahead and turn our automatic brakes off, bail them off, blow the horn twice, bail on, and go down into notch 8. We're going to go ahead and make sure our banking comp is on because that is our DPUs in the back to give us extra horsepower if needed. Yeah, and we're just going to go ahead and try to get started off here, Chad, as we are quite long, and it may take us a minute to get started up and going and running. Looks like we're going to be on move now. Starting off very, very slow. Oh, a little bit of wheel slip there. Don't want that. So we're going to apply a little bit of independent brake just to kind of help us with the wheel slip here. We're going to go ahead and give her another tug. See if we can get this behemoth of a train on the road. As I said, this is a very long train. We are loaded as well, Chad. I forgot to mention we are loaded. So us being loaded is going to cause us to have to do a little bit of tug of war to kind of get this thing moving. The DPU units are running. And turn that on and turn it back on. Turn it off and turn it back on again. DPU units are running, so we're still getting a little bit of wheel slip there. What we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and bail our brakes off once again. Roll back just a little bit. And then we are going to apply the sanders. Throw a little bit of independent up along with our sanders on and give it some throttle. Let's see if we can't get this behemoth on the road. We're still struggling to pull this, chat. Come on. If we don't have enough power, we'll add another engine to the front. Still getting that wheel slip, chat. That wheel slip, I'm telling you, is the death of a train. We're going to go ahead and up our feed valve. Our feed valve is all the way up to 110, so we should be good. Still getting that wheel slip, chat. Still getting that wheel slip. We are now rolling backwards. We'll let it roll back just a little bit. And we'll try to give her a nice, good, hard tug this time. Throw her down to notch 8 and try to jerk her real hard and get her out of there. Still having some troubles. Our DPU units should be running. We'll get her on the road just here in 1 second and get her moving real good this time. There it is. Keep her coming. Keep her coming. Nope. Go back up. Just doesn't want to do it, chat. Just doesn't want to do it. We'll go ahead and add quite a bit and give her some more throttle. Some more wheel slip. We'll go ahead and go up to about 60%. Give her full throttle here. We're not. Still getting that wheel slip, chat. Still getting that wheel slip. Come on, girl. Go about 90%. See if that'll help her move. Nope, still getting wheel slip, chat. Even with the brakes on, we're still getting that wheel slip. Thing is, chat, you don't want to, that blue line right there, you don't really want to go over that. You don't want to max that out and go all the way across. We'll get wheel slip. And turn our bell off for right now until we get on the road. Still getting that wheel slip. I think we might have to add another engine on the front. Like I said, we are loaded and we're 1.5 miles long, so let's go ahead and throw her in reverse. See if I can get her to roll any. Are we rolling backwards? Not at the back. We are not rolling backwards. Throw her in forward again. Give her some throttle. As you can see, our DPUs are trying to work here. There it is, chat. There it is. It was moving. There we go. Now we're moving. Come on. Come on. I don't want to give her too much and get another bad case of wheel slip. Now we are on a move. We are on a move now, chat. Takes everything a second. We're so long, it takes everything a second to load back in. So now that we are on a move, chat, we're going to get this show on the road. $130 cars long. Actually, no, I lied. We're 140 long. Wow. Okay, we're 140 long, so I actually created our thumbnail wrong. I put 130. Pretty much the same thing. We're technically 130 because we have about 5 engines in the front and 1 in the back. So yeah, about 130 cars is about right. We have 5 engines total on this thing. So we have 4 extra cars. I mean, that's okay. Now we are on a road. We're on a roll. I'm gonna go ahead and get started on this journey. We are going to be traveling all through the mountains, fighting some tough terrain and some very steep grades coming down into this area right here. And it's actually, this track right here has got us going down the steepest grade on this map. We are going to have to take this very slowly, as this is a 3.2% grade right here, chat. Remember that, 3.2% grade going down with a 130 car loaded freight train. That is going to be a huge issue for when we get over there. We're going to have to take that very slow due to those curvy mountain rails. The curves on that track are horrible. Although it doesn't have us going down where they're steep as this. This is one of the steepest curves, or the sharpest curves right here. You can tell right here, it's not as sharp as this one. This one is a very sharp curve. This one is too. This is a very sharp curve, so it's actually got us coming down one of the easier tracks, compared as, you know, what y'all seen up there. We're going to be traveling all the way down. All the way down over to this siding right here, and I don't even think we're really going to be able to fit in this entire siding. So with that being said, we actually may have to park it over here, but we'll figure that out when we get there. Figure out where they want us to go. We're going to go ahead and add some extra power here, so we're down in full power, notch 8, to try to get through this starting grade, which is going to be 0.7% going up. But how are y'all's nights going? I hope they're going good. Figured I would go ahead and knock an early live stream out. I didn't do one earlier last night just because I have a couple buddies working on a new 5M server for us, and we are going to be switching over to that one. Not permanently, but we're going to be switching over to that one a little more often than what we would TSDOJ, just because we've been doing so many live streams with TSDOJ. We were on live stream 12 the other night of TSDOJ, so we've done another 3 hour with that. So with that being said, chat, we're gonna go ahead and try to live stream some more games. If y'all do want to see anything other than Train Sim World 4 or TSD or 5M, be sure to let me know down in the comments section. We can see if we can make that happen. But yeah, 130 cars long, 57 miles to go, fighting tough terrain. So we're now going to be going up a 1% grade with this behemoth, big monster of a train. Unfortunately, this map doesn't have as many railroad crossings as the one beforehand did. It does have some, but you got to think we're out in the middle of the Cajon Desert and out in California. The speed limits are a little bit higher. I think the speed limits are about 80 miles an hour on these tracks. If we can even get this thing up to 80 miles an hour. But I promise you, chat, we will do our best to do track speed. As of right now, track speed is 30 miles an hour. We're only at a 23. Grade is dropping though, so that is good. We'll go ahead and go up to this bridge up here and get y'all a little overview of the train as it passes by. If I can get up there, there we go. So there she is down there. Go ahead and turn everything off, that way you guys can get some screenshots if you'd like. Get you a clear video of just what we're hauling here. First, second, third, fourth, and there goes our rare unit, the Norfolk Southern. All of these cars, yes, they are loaded, as you can tell. The box cars, everything, hoppers, they are loaded. Tankers, every bit of it is loaded. Every car on this train is loaded, except for I think 2. And I think the only 2 cars that are not loaded on this train are 2 little lowboy units that haul scrap, you know, trash, stuff like that. Actually, the first empty one's coming up right here. Up the coal car that's full, the sand car, the grain car, and then we've got that empty car right there, and the one behind it that is halfway full scrap metal. You can tell just how long we are. Once we get up to some more speed, I will be sure to get a flyby of this train. We've done traveled 2 miles, which is good. We are down to 55 miles. Already been streaming now for 20 minutes. Well, I'm actually working on some videos now, chat, that I'm going to post later on. You're now going to be at 25 miles an hour. Track speeds are going to be 65. We're still going up this little grade. It's 0.3% grade. We're going to try to get up to speed here. We are slowly climbing in speed. 26 miles an hour. Check our effort. Make sure everything's good on that. Effort is 60. We are good on effort. Our flow is going to be fluctuating between 6 and 44. 59. That was a 59. So the flow, what that is, that pretty much is our feed valve. Effort's at 60, or actually 57 now. We're up 28 miles an hour. We're going to be jumping up in effort here in a minute. Grade is getting a little steeper at 0.7 now. We were at .5, I believe it said, .6 or .5. Yep, it was at .6. Effort's going to be actually dropping, so that's good. We're up to 30 miles an hour now. And we are evened out on terrain. We are not on a grade anymore, at least in the front end. Once the whole train levels out, we will be gaining speed pretty quickly. I would hope. We are now at 31 miles an hour. I know it says 30, or did say 30 down there on the bottom right, but I go with the actual gauge on the locomotive itself, as I believe it is more accurate. See, at 32 miles an hour, I believe the gauge on the loco is a bit more accurate than the one on the bottom left-hand side of your screen. Now going to be 54 miles, so we're making good time here. It is 11:04 in the morning in game, so it's early in the morning. Pretty day today. No fog, you know. Don't want to speak too soon, but I think they are calling for some fog, if I'm not mistaken, on the forecast. We're actually going to be going down a grade now at 0.2%, so we are going to be gaining a little bit of speed here. Give you an outside look at what we got going on. We're going to get her up to speed just shortly, get her up to track speed. We are still full power. Go ahead and give you guys just a front end flyby over here from the bridge. Something I like doing personally. Giving a real close up view, ground view of the rails themselves. Like to kind of hide behind one of these things right here and just let her pass. We are now up to 40 miles an hour, going down a 0.4% grade now. 41 miles an hour. Here she comes. The two BNSFs and Norfolk Southern. Here come all of the cars. So we're at a good pace of speed now. We're at 43 and climbing. Try to gain as much speed as we can here. Track speeds are now going to be 80 miles an hour. We're only at 45. Climbing to 47, 48. $49. And we are going to be at 50 miles an hour, chat. So we are on a roll now. 50 miles an hour with this 130 car long freight train. 1.5 miles long. That is ridiculous. We're at 53 miles now. I believe we have a crossing up here for you guys as well. I believe so. Let me double check myself. There's one somewhere. I believe it's going to be the next curve, actually. Yeah, it's going to be the next curve. If you guys didn't know, if you do play Train Sim World, this is going to be your railroad crossings right here. As you can see the X going through them. That's your railroad crossings right there. Be at 53 miles an hour now. Be leveled out on the track. Going back down to 0.1% grade going downward. Gonna be jumping up to 55 in here in just a second. There it is right there, 55. So we are on a good roll. We have 4,412 gallons of fuel. So we are good on fuel. We'll go ahead and turn on this upward. We are going to be closing in on that crossing pretty quick. Looks like we're going to be passing this crossing pretty quickly, so those, depending on how fast the train is going, will depend on how early the gates will go down. So these gates should go down pretty early, unless they're old ones. We'll be jumping up to 58, almost 60 miles an hour now. Track speed is still 80. Jump down to 52 miles now. we are going to go ahead and make our way up there to the crossing. Get prepped for you guys to get a flyby. I believe it's going to be right up here. So we're going to go ahead and make our way up there. That way you guys can get your flyby in. Another little bridge right there going over a little culvert. 58 miles an hour now, chat, going down a 0.1% grade. And here is our railroad crossing. You can tell because of the big box out here. Now here's our railroad crossing right here. So we're going to go ahead and face our camera this way and set up here and just wait for this behemoth to come through. Going to be jumping up to 60 here in just a minute. Still going down a 0.1% grade. So hopefully these crossings will go down pretty early or nobody will get in our way. Dang sure not a school bus. This road is pretty busy. Maybe we got a break. There comes our train. We are at 59 miles an hour. There go the gates. They need to go down. There they go. Get on our horn here. There we go, chat. We are hauling. Going back up a 0.7% grade past this crossing. We'll let you guys get a whole view of the train here. Go ahead and turn our thing off here. And there goes our DPU. Very long train that we're hauling here, chat. So we're going to go ahead and jump back into the cabin. We're going to be at now 61 miles an hour. 49 left. 49. I do apologize if you can hear my mouse clicks. Yes, right here is going to be our next crossing. We're still going to be a little of a good ways out from that, so we're going to go ahead and stay in the cabin here. Up to 62 miles an hour, going up a 0.3% grade now. Looks like the grade has decreased. Increasing again back to 0.6, 0.7 now. Now you guys kind of see why it's a difficult terrain to fight with such a long train, is because the grades fluctuate a lot, and they get up there pretty high as well, pretty steep, going down and up. Unfortunately, we are going to be fighting the side that we're going down on. We're going to be fighting in speed on derailment. So we're going to pray that we don't get a derailment. Slowing back down to about 60 miles an hour. We were just at a 0.6% going great and going down. Now we're back up to a 0.4 going back up. As you guys can see, this grade does fluctuate, and it fluctuates back and forth to up and down. It'll be on a 0.7% grade going up now. 48 miles left at 60 miles an hour. We have dropped a mile an hour, and I believe we're still dropping in speed just a little bit. Yep, there's 59. Moving faster than the cars on that road, chat. Look at that. Can you imagine just getting passed by a freight train like that? Man, that'd be embarrassing, honestly. Being passed by a massive freight train, that would be embarrassing. Oh, and now they're gone. Okay. So as you guys can see up at the track on the track ahead of us, we're now going to be going downward grade. Down to 0.4 over the hill, cresting the hill. Now we're down to a 0.3, 0.6% going downward. A lot of hills in this map, chat. A lot of hills. I do have to say that. A lot of hills. 47 miles to go left on the GPS. Our effort is looking at 28. Still in notch 8. Power's looking good. Miles are looking good. Back down to 27 now. Now we're back up to a 0.4% grade, going upward 0.7 now. Gonna be passing the green signal here. Get you guys the view of the switch. There's the switch right there, red to green. Or green to red, sorry. Still hauling some tail. Freight train this long, 60 miles an hour is a ridiculous speed. Needless to say, 80. Railroad crossing is going to be coming up pretty soon, so we're going to go ahead and make our way down there again to this next railroad crossing. Chat, when I mean grades, I'm talking about grades steep as that road right there going up on that hill. 0.32 or 3.2% grade going downward. Just like that. When we get into these mountains, we're going to be taking the side track. Here's our crossing. So we're going to go ahead and get set up here for you guys to watch the flyby again at 58 miles an hour. And here we come. Over there on the left-hand side, you can see us hauling down that track. 47 miles left to go to 0.5% grade going up. These gates were a lot late. Oh, you need to move, buddy. That car just stopped right there. There he goes. There we go. Back down to 56 miles an hour, 46 miles left to go on the GPS. 0.2% grade going up, but we're just going down. Jump back into the cabin here. I'm going to go ahead and get comfortable myself while we're on this long journey. Go ahead and bring out my footrest on my chair. A little bit of lean there, chat. A little bit of lean going off to the left-hand side of us. Alright. So we are locked in, loaded, ready to go. Another signal. Let's go ahead and get that switch. There it is, green to red. Gonna be slowing down in speed again, back down to 56. Still 46. We should be 45 miles in here in just a minute. Right here, I think, is where we're gonna start coming into the mountain range area. If not, just a little further up. We're going back down in grade. 2%, up to 0.2% now. 45 miles left to go on the GPS. Still at about 55, 56 miles an hour here Effort's at 29, so we're looking good on the effort. Still in notch 8. Main feed valve is getting 131. Flow is still fluctuating. Brake cylinder is going to have 6 pounds on it. Our brake pipe is going to have 109. I'm not sure what the ER is. The ER, I believe that is also our feed as well. Going down a grade now, 0.5% rolling down. I think we have one more crossing coming up on us, chat. Just one more before we start getting into these mountain ranges. We're going to have some sightings up here. One more crossing right there coming up. Coming up on it quick. So if we get to that, see, I believe right before we get to the crossing up here, or the sightings, we're going to go ahead and make our way down there, get one more flyby ready for the road. Let's see where we're at. Crossing's going to be here. Once we start to see our train come into the map area, we're going to go ahead and make our way down there. Should be right about next 3 seconds. Maybe a little more. There we go. Now we're going to start making our way down there towards that cross. Well, appears we are stuck on the outer edge of the map, Chad. Okay. There we go. Now we're going to make our way down there. Got another signal here. Green to red. There we go. Green to red. So we are good to go on that. We have a full open track on both mains ahead of us, so we have no interruptions on this track, on this travel that we're going on, or on this journey that we're going on. Back up to 64 miles an hour now at a 0.5% grade. These should be going off in just a second, as we are right there. Yep, there they go. Go ahead and lay on the horn here. $64 miles an hour, chat. We are absolutely hauling. Track speeds are 80, so we can go to about 15, 20 miles an hour faster than what we are doing now. And as you can see, we are moving in this train. We're going to go ahead and hop back into the cabin. 0.7% grade going up again. Our effort is looking at about 43 miles on the GPS to go. We're still about another hour out. And yes, Chad, I am talking about real life time. One thing that I like that they done with Train Sim World was that they actually, made real times for it. They actually made 60 seconds in a minute. So this game does take just a little while. Another crossing coming up here. Little signal there. 42 miles to go, chat. We're back down to 60 miles an hour at 0.3% grade going upward. Effort is still looking about 26, 25. We're going to be coming into those mountains pretty soon, those curvy tracks. I believe they're going to start right in here. Yep. Right in here is where the mountains are going to start. We're going to start going upward, and about right here is we're going to start going back down the other side of the mountain. Like I said, that area we have to be really careful on, so we're going to slow down for that part of the track. 41 miles to go. Going back up a 0.6% grade at 59 miles an hour. Yeah, if you guys didn't get time to watch this after during or after it was uploaded, uh, I do hope you guys have a really good day today and a good day when you see it. Um, like I said, if y'all do want to see anything else, please be sure to let me know down in the comment or the chat section. We can see if we can make it happen. Here soon, we're going to be getting a new game that I've actually been wanting for quite a while. Just whenever I get the time to get on here and get it. Uh, it is called. If y'all don't know the YouTuber Queso, he's he's gotten really big over the past couple, let's say maybe the next past year or two. Really big fan of Queso myself. Um, if you don't know how to spell it, that is Caseoh. His name is Queso, like case and then O, like you're understanding something. So yeah, be sure to go visit his channel, as well as he is one of the main reasons I got back into publishing on my channel and started gaming. Um, we're gonna get one of his known famous games that he plays, and that is going to be Contraband Police, and we are going to be streaming some Contraband Police as well. When I do get the time to get that game and install it, we will be live streaming some Contraband Police as well. Another thing, Chad, I'm going to try to start live streaming on Twitch as well. Looks like we got another railroad crossing up here, so I'm going to go ahead and get on the horn. Alright, so maybe we have more than one crossing left to go. But yeah, we're going to be getting Contraband Police here soon, chat. We'll be live streaming some of it. Get some contraband off some people. Lock some smugglers up. Get some criminals arrested. Absolutely love watching Queso play that game. Hilarious guy. Good gameplay. Good streaming quality. Really cool dude overall. I'd love to get to talk to him one day. I may not be as big in popularity as he is, but rest assured, chat, we're going to get there eventually. With y'all's help and me providing y'all the entertainment that y'all want to see, I do believe that we can get there. We're going to be 38 miles left to go, so we've already went almost a good 20 miles. Here in the next mile, we've already went 20 miles. So we're going to be back down to a point. We're going downward 0.4% now. So we're going to be gaining some speed. Effort's going to be looking at 27 now, so we are good on effort. As long as that little green box around effort is green, we are good to go. The railroad crossing right here, didn't see that. $59 miles an hour, back up to another 0.7% grade going up. With 37 miles left to go. I say 37, it says 38, but I say 37 because we just dropped down there. 37 miles left to go, chat. We are cruising at a good 60 miles an hour. 59. Back down to a 0.3% grade going upward. We're not having any issues with the train, so that's good. Go ahead and make sure our cab signals are on, which they should be. Sorry for my chair creaking. This isn't a very big residential area. A bunch of farmland out here mostly. We're still cruising about 60 miles an hour. Excuse me, chat, I sneezed. Sorry about that. Still a good 59 miles to go. Or, I'm sorry, 36 miles to go. I was looking at the speed. Still cruising about 58 miles an hour, 59, 58. 0.3% grade going upward. There's another signal. We're going to be passing it now. 1.2 miles to the next signal. Another thing I was going to mention, stopping these trains is a joke. Getting them stopped is ridiculous. It takes so long and so far to get these things stopped. Also, you got to think, if I pause here, we weigh 1,000, or actually no, 16,142.7 tons. Now, if you'll give me 1 second, I will actually get that in pounds for you. 16,142.7 tons in pounds. So we are 35,588,561 pounds. That is a lot of weight to get stopped. Especially when you're moving at 60 miles an hour. Not to mention 80. We're going to be 35 miles to go now. We're going to be passing this little coal mine up here. Off to our left. Still another 1.2 miles to go to the next signal, I believe. If that is updating, I'm not sure if that's updating. I'm not sure if that's actually counting, chat. Not sure if it is. It says 1.2 miles. Track speed is going to drop back down to 60 right here, so we are under 60, so we're good. We'll be coming around this coal mine here to our left. Coming into the first curve of the mountain. Go ahead and get you guys a view of what it would look like on over here. We can actually get over here. So that's what we would look like coming through the mine. One big long train. Come back in cabin here. Speeds are going to drop down to 60. 34 miles left to go on the GPS. We are making a good time. Very good time, actually. Another 1.1 miles. That is updating, but not for the signals. Looks like we're getting a little bit of rain, chat. I believe we're getting a little bit of rain here. Yes, it is going to start raining. It looks like. So speeds are dropping down to 60 right here. Another crossing there. I didn't see that until we got right up on it. Yeah, chat, I'm not sure what that distance counter on the top right is counting. We're gonna go and turn our windshield wipers on. Clear our windshields for this rain. Got another signal up here. Go ahead and watch that change. Green to red. We are good to go. We're going to go ahead and start kind of dropping down a little bit and throttle, just in case we are coming up on the mountain, on the descent side of the mountain. You know, speeds are going to be dropping down to 40, so we're going to drop in throttle to about notch 4. And I do believe this is where we are going to start going into the mountain range. Oh, that chat, that's actually snow. That is snow, chat. Wow. Snow in the middle of the desert. Let's close our windows there. I did not know it was supposed to snow, but that is indeed snow. I believe. That is snow, chat. That is definitely snow. Okay. What we're going to go ahead and do, track speeds are going back up to 65, so we're going to go ahead and go back into notch 8. What we're going to do, we're going to turn our window heaters on high to make sure our windows do not fog up. A little bit of a steep turn there. We're going around that at some speed. Come across the bridge here. We are now going to be going down a grade. Going down a grade of 7 now, so we're going to go ahead and ease off the throttle here. Put her in idle. Just to kind of keep our speed under control here. Go ahead and throw her back into about notch 4. We're going back up a grade again. 31 miles left to go, chat. 31 miles left to go. We're making some amazing time here. Been streaming now for about 52 minutes, close to an hour. So I think we can knock this out in a pretty good amount of time, chat. Going just a little bit over the speed limit here. But we're going to need the momentum for when we start climbing those steep grades that we're coming up on here. Coming past another coal factory here to our left. You can see the coal out there in between the buildings here. Right there going to that conveyor. I can't lie to you, Chad. It's snowing in the middle of the desert. It's pretty weird. But it is 27th February, so we are kind of looking a little cold. Still, summertime is not here yet. Speaking of which, how many of y'all are ready for summer, man? I am so excited for summer to be here. I have so many projects that I'm going to get ready for. Going under a little tunnel here. And into a bend. Speeds are back up to 65, so we're going to go ahead and, well, now they slow back down. We're going to stay in about notch 5. Rounding this bend to the left here. Do we have a, what do we have coming up, chat? Little blue marker on the top, little blue marker on the top right hand corner. I believe that's going to be a little passenger train pickup spot. Crossing coming up here. We're back down to 30 miles an hour, chat. So, or 30 miles an hour. Back down to 30. We're down to 30 miles left to go on the GPS. 45 miles an hour. Making some amazing time here. Speed limit's going to be fluctuating from 35 back up to 45 and then back up to 50 again. We're going about 44, so we should be good. Coming around this bend here. And now we are coming in back to 50-mile-an-hour rails track speed. So we're gonna have another green signal up here, so we are clear ahead. Another crossing coming up right here. I believe so. Yep, another crossing. Hard to see those crossings in the snow. Green signal. Let's go ahead and get the switch. There it is. We're gonna be merging onto the left track here. Go ahead and get Big Bertha on the side here. We're gonna be coming up on 29 miles to go at 42 miles an hour, going up a 0.5% grade. The reason we are switching over to the left track is this is the main track to go through the mountains here, as this one to our right veers off. We'll show you kind of where it goes. It goes up and over this track here, parallels again, and then we will be on the right side, as this one hugs the left, and that would be bringing us through also the same way, but it would be putting us on this third track here. All the way down that third track would end up putting us on this side of the junction. So the way they have this railed out, I do like a lot. Track speeds are still going to be about 35 miles an hour. We're doing 40, so we're only doing 5 over, going up a 0.7% grade. We're going to give her a little bit more throttle just to kind of keep her above, just a little bit above the track speed here. Speeds look like they're going to be going up to 50 again here, maybe. Coming around a tight bend here. And we're going to be going under the track that we were just on, and then end up on the right-hand side of that track. So now we're going up and under the track that we were just on. Go ahead and give y'all a view of that. We're coming around the bend here. And then up and on top of the bridge. And back the other way. Come back into the cabin. Going over a small bridge here for, it's like a little flood area. For when it rains or snows, that's definitely going to be filled up once it gets done snowing, because it has not let up. Snow covered the ground pretty quick. Speeds are back up to 50 miles an hour. We're now going up a 1.6% grade. It's the steepest grade we've seen so far. So we're going to go ahead and throw her back in notch A, give her full power. 27 miles to go, and our effort is going to be back up at 47 to 46. Try to get up to speed here. We're going to have another signal coming up right ahead of us. .32 miles an hour, 27 miles left to go, still going up a 1.5% grade now. Effort is still looking in the 50s, I believe it says. 50, yep, looking at 50 in effort, so we're good on that, still in the green. That other signal is going to be just right up ahead of us. Snow has still not let up any. Still getting a downpour of snow. Going down to 29 miles an hour, chat. We are slowing down. Go ahead and get the switch. There it is. Clean and clear switch. So now we're on the right hand side, as we were before. but this time this left track is going to lead more into the left side of the yard as we are going to the right hand side of the yard. Alright, chat, we're going to be down to 26 miles now. Still climbing up a 1.6% grade at 23 miles an hour, now 22, so we are dropping in speed gradually. Snow still has not let up, so we're going to be in a crawl now. This beautiful, beautiful Union Pacific 6122. And we're going to have another one behind us, 5656, BNSF 7656, and then BNSF, I believe that is 3272, and then Norfolk Southern, the rare unit, 8011. Rare Norfolk Southern unit in California. Don't ever see that. And then we've got these Norfolk Southern cars that you don't ever see either. So we have a very rare train here, chat. Very rare. Back down to 19 miles an hour. Still at this 1.6% grade. We're going to be dropping in time now. Our effort's going to be back up to about 87. So we're gaining in effort as well. Oh, we're getting a little bit of wheel slip here, chat. A little bit of wheel slip. We're going to cut back on the throttle. Gonna go ahead and turn our sanders on as well. Throw down some sand on the track, make sure we get some extra traction. Still at 1.3% grade. Snow has not let up. We are still dropping in speed down to 15 miles an hour. Still 26 miles to go. Our grade is dropping though, chat. Our grade is dropping, so that is good. We'll be gaining speed here soon. Back down to 0.6%, so we've dropped a full 1% in going up this grade. Still at 14 miles an hour. I hope we don't come to a stop here, chat. Our sanders are on. We're going to go ahead and just make sure they stay on. Still a little bit more wheel slip there, so we're going to go ahead and apply just a little bit of brake here. Actually, just going to bail our brakes off. See if that'll help us in speed. And I believe it did. Keep those sanders on. Down to 13 miles an hour now. Let's hope this grade drops pretty shortly. Don't want to come to a complete stop, because if we do, we will never get this train started back up again, as the rails are really slick. Possibly iced over. Sanders are still on. Still creeping at 13 miles an hour. We're going to be coming under this bridge here. The snow has still not stopped. Down to 25 miles. We are gaining in speed, chat. We are gaining in speed, but we're also gaining in the grade as well. 0.9% now. Back up to a 1.3%. So let's hope these sanders do their job and actually keep us with traction on the track. 1.6%. 25 miles to go. Coming up on close at 12 o'clock at noon. All this snow on the ground, making it very, very tricky for us to get through this mountain pass. Speeds are going back up to 55 here. Like I said before, chat, we are 130 cars long and we're loaded. Like I said before, we are 16,000 something tons. So if you look that up in pounds, it's about 20 million pounds, if I'm not mistaken. I looked it up earlier. I'm going to focus on the rails here, make sure we don't get any wheel slip whatsoever right now, because if we do, we are going to come to a halt and we are never going to get back moving again. We got 4 engines up front, 1 in the back, so we have 5 engines total. Probably should have went with some mid DPUs to actually help us get this train on a move, but unfortunately they didn't assign us any mid DPUs for this train, making it very difficult for us to get up these very tough environments. Coming up on the 55-mile-an-hour speed change here. So once we get our whole train past that, we will be able to do 55, but our last locomotive on the rear of the train has to pass for us to get granted the 55 miles an hour. But unfortunately, we are only at 15 miles an hour now. Like I said before, I don't go off of the bottom right, I go off of the little IFD, our integrated function display, here in the middle and on the left hand side. Feed valve is all the way up to 110. Can't increase it any more than it is. So we have full power. Back down to 14 miles an hour now. 1.6% grade at 25 miles to go. I'm going to keep holding that sander down to make sure that we don't run out of traction. It's the last thing we need here. Do we have another crossing coming up? No we do not. Okay. Let's hope we can get this behemoth on the road. We're going to go and go up one more notch. Getting more wheel slip there, more wheel slip, more wheel slip. Don't need that, don't need that. So we're going to keep running about notch 8 or notch 6. Go up any higher, we're going to get some wheel slip. We're almost back down to 13 now. Let's hope we can keep it up to 14 miles an hour. And just keep it at a steady crawl. Eventually we will get through this. And then we will be on our way. Coming up on 10 minutes till noon. 9 minutes till noon actually. Looks like we're going back up in speed again. We're going to stay around the 14 range in speed. 24 miles left to go. So hopefully we'll be able to keep our speed and keep this behemoth moving. Y'all do remember earlier I was saying freight train passing you on the very side. Now we're the ones that's getting passed. .6% grade still at 14 miles an hour. We are at a crawl. Got another signal coming up here, green signals. We are good to continue on this journey. Go ahead and get in camera too. You can just see how slow we are actually moving. You can see how much snow is on these rails. You can see we got quite a bit of snow down on the ground. Go ahead and get the switch. There it is. Green to red. I believe we have another crossing coming up here. Actually, no, those are grease pads. We're down to 13 now. Oh no, we're still at 14. Oh, now we're down to 13, chat. We're down to 13. We have a we're gonna crest the hill up here, so if we can just keep this thing moving, we will mile marker 4. We're at mile marker 4.3. Track speeds are gonna go back to 80 miles an hour up here. We're getting more wheel slip, more wheel slip. Don't need that. Come on, keep her moving. Down to 12 miles an hour now. Go ahead and make sure our sand is on. Down to 11. Very nerve-wracking here, chat. Very nerve-wracking. Down to 11 miles an hour coming over the crest here. Let's hope we can just keep her moving long enough to get over this crest. And we will be able to continue moving forward. Down to 10 miles an hour now. Still at a crawl, but I believe we are going to make it. It's a very tough area. Yep, we are going to make a chat. Grade is going down. Back down to 9 miles an hour. Getting more wheel slip there. We are slowing pretty quickly, but we are cresting the hill. So, yep, we're down now to a 0.5% grade. As long as we can get a lot of the train moved over this hill, that way some of the cars are pushing on us, we will be able to make it across this. Slowly dropping in speed down to 7 miles an hour now. Still going up a 0.2% grade. Oh, come on. Don't want to come to a complete stop. We're down to 6 miles an hour, chat. 6 miles an hour. Come on. Give her a little bit of throttle with a little bit of the brake. I don't think it's going to cut it, chat. Moving very slow at 4 miles an hour. If we apply any more throttle than what we have now, we're going to get wheel slip, but I think we're going to end up stopping either way. I thought for sure we were going to be able to make that. Trying to play with our throttle here. More wheel slip. There it is. We are going to be coming to a stop. Alright, Chad. Unfortunately, we were not able to make it up that hill. Rolling backwards now. Let's go ahead and put the brakes on. We are rolling backwards, chat. Let's go ahead and turn our sanders on, try to get some traction here. There it is. We are stopped now. Unfortunately, we were not able to make it up that hill. We are a 1%, 1.6% grade going downward now. .6% grade going down. I don't believe we're going to be able to get stopped. Or I don't think we're going to be able to get started up again. Trying to think of what we can do here, chat. We can add another engine. Maybe a couple more. I'm not sure if it's going to do anything for us. But we can definitely try to add another engine here. Power we had just wasn't enough to cut it, apparently. We are going to be at a standstill now. So I'll tell you what. Let's go ahead and try to add these two engines on here. Up here in the front. We'll add two. You know what? Let's go ahead and just make this train even more rare. add another Norfolk Southern unit right here, if it'll let us. Fortunately, I don't think it's going to let us without removing the waypoint that we have set. So let's go ahead and jump back in here and get a waypoint removed. Let's go ahead and add that other unit in front of us. Add that one there. We'll go ahead and add two more. We'll actually control these two. We'll actually jump in on Norfolk Southern up ahead of us. These Norfolk Southerns, man, these things have a lot of power, and they are ready to tug whenever they need to. So I believe what we're going to go ahead and do, chat, we're going to go ahead and connect these. Make sure the coupler on the front of our Union Pacific is open. Okay, that one's open. Make sure that one's open. Make sure all these couplers are open. There's the pin drop on that. Open that one up. This is open. So now we're going to go ahead and we're going to jump into our Norfolk Southern locomotive here. Bit different from the Union Pacific that we were running. Our controls are going to be a little bit different. Same screens. Go ahead and get our feed valve set all the way up. Save it. Turn our generator field on. We're going to go ahead and get in reverse. Move our brakes. Go ahead and make the connection. Here goes the first connection here. Go ahead and make our other connection. And there's the connection, chat. So we are connected. Let's go ahead and get our brakes turned, or actually get our banking comm turned on. Put our brakes on full service on both of them. Make sure our crosswalk lights are on and our gauge lights are on. We're going to come over here and turn our window heaters on as well in this one. If we can we actually turn these on? No, we cannot. Number lights for sure, make sure those are on. Distributed power, make sure that's on. Window heaters on. Refrigerator, radio, fuel pumps and all that's on, so that's good. So what we're going to go ahead and do now is we're going to run back here to the back. Looks like the snow finally decided to clear up. So maybe, just maybe, that'll give us enough of where we can make it through. Go ahead and make sure our number lights are on this unit as well. Get down in here and we'll go across. Set this one up for cut out and tail. Go ahead and cut our headlights off as well. Also cut our windshield wipers off because we don't need them no longer because we're not driving this unit nor is it snowing anymore. So let's go ahead and make our way back across, close these platforms off. Okay, close that door. Run across here. Close those off. Jump back up here in the cabin seat and get ready for another tug of war here. Make sure our feed valve set is at 110. We are going to go ahead and get off the automatic brake. Get off of our going to give her a tug here. Get on our sanding system. Let's hope these two Norfolk Southern units have enough to get it. We're pulling. Oh, don't want the wheel slip. Don't want the wheel slip. Go ahead and add a little bit of the automatic braking, or the independent there. Go ahead and turn our banking column off. Back on again. Go ahead and jump to the back, see what we got going on. Unit is trying. Rocking back and forth is trying so hard. Still struggling to get a good tug out of it still. Go ahead and let off the throttle here. Just like from the start, guys, we're going to try to get a good tug in. Going to be delaying this on our journey here to get this train to where we need it. You can see our car, a few of our cars have just crested the hill up back there. Go ahead and jump to the back, see what we got going on back here. Our unit is powered up and trying. Trying its best to give us a good push there to get up the hill, but not sure if it's going to be enough. Still slipping on the front end. Go ahead and let off the throttle one more time. I'll actually go ahead and throw her in reverse just one time here, get her moved back just a little bit, enough to give her a tug. A good hard pull. So now what we're going to go ahead and do is throw her in forward. Throw her up to notch 5, notch 4. And actually go notch 3. And as you can see, we have not made any moves forward so far. It is wanting to. Just got to get it in that right spot. Got to get enough momentum to kind of jerk this thing up the hill. Alright. our lead sand on. Go ahead and give this thing a tug one more time. And it didn't cut it, chat. It didn't cut it. Still gonna try to get a move on with this thing. Our DPUs are working. We are going to be putting in the power. Trying their best here to get this train on the move. Go ahead and throw our reverser back in reverse and let it move on back just a little bit. And there it is. The refusal from some of these cars coming up this hill, just not gonna cut it. May have to cut a few cars out and go ahead and add a mid DPU somewhere along the lines. See how many cars we're gonna have now. 141 cars here. We're gonna go ahead and throw our reverser back in forward. Give it one more good hard tug. See if this will get us anywhere. Still not enough to cut it. You can see it's doing its best to try to tug it up this hill. It's just not wanting to do it, chat. Throw her in reverse here and try to move back just a little bit. Apparently it's not even wanting to move him backward either. Just goes to show you how heavy this train really is. Now we are going to go to forward. Give it another tug. As you guys can see right here, we're going to give it one hard tug. We're going to come to a stop again. I'm quite sure we have enough units on the front. We have 7 on the front, 1 in the back, 8 total units on this train. So we're going to try to figure out how to get this thing moving really fast. 141 cars, or 130 cars, and 8 units. Go ahead and throw her in neutral, see if she'll roll them back a little bit, see if these cars will make a move of any sort. We have came into a sticky situation here. Still getting wheel slip in reverse as well. There it is, there's the jerk. Still doesn't seem like it's gonna happen, chat. Fortunately, we may have to cut a few of these cars off. I hate to do it, but we may have to cut a few of them off. We're now at the back of the train. Fortunately, it's just not cutting it. So I believe what we're going to do, chat, is we're going to cut a little slice of this train off. It'll still be pretty long. I think we're going to leave the DPU in the back behind and cut it off with this hopper car right here, unfortunately. Actually, we'll cut it right here at the last of these tan ones. See if we can possibly get a move on now, and if we can't, we'll connect it back and figure out a way to make this thing move. There it is. So that just goes to tell you that our issue was having those last few cars, and we are rolling backwards again. I believe we've connected back. We have connected back to our original train, so maybe that'll create us to be able to move. So we're gonna go ahead and where we're on notch 4 again. Give her one good tug. Actually, I forgot we need to turn our banking comm on again. Turn our banking comm on. Make sure it's on up there a good bit. Go ahead and give her another tug. See if we can get this whole thing on the move. Because if we can, that would be so great. Come on, girl. Come on. Oh. Come on. Come on, I know you want to do it. Come on. Yeah, that curve, chat. That curve is getting us. More wheel slip. Starting to wonder if we were to cut out the rear loco. Are we moving? Ever so slightly. We're starting to make some improvements here in movement. You hear our other DPU unit in the back powering up there. Let's get off the throttle one more time. Let me moving backwards. Go ahead and put our brakes on. Coming to a stop again. Really giving us a hard time here moving, chat. Really giving us a hard time here. We're back up in notch 4 and see if we can get her to go. Like I said, these Norfolk Southern units have quite a bit of torque on them. Go ahead and try to cut our rear unit off. Almost there. Come on. Because now if we move back any further, we're going to cause something that we do not want. Probably shouldn't have done that. Tell you what, this. Fortunately, chat, we're just going to have to cut them off. We'll cut them off little by little. We're sadly going to have to take away some cars in order to be able to finish this trip. So we're going to go ahead and get our trip, our path set back up right fast. I think we're actually going to go with a different path here. We've been live streaming for a little while now, so I think we're going to cut it in half. Stop somewhere along the lines there. That being said, we're going to go ahead and up our throttle, get off the brakes, give her a tug. Turn our banking comm on again and hopefully get on a roll. Get this thing to our destination. And there it is. We are coming to a roll now. Still coming to a little bit of a standstill. Going backward just a little bit more. Cut them off as little by little at a time until we are able to get this thing rolling. Fortunately, we've done cut off about 20 cars. Go ahead and cut off about 10 more. Just to see if we can get this thing on a roll. I believe the last ones we cut off were somewhere along the lines back here. It was going to be right here at these tankers. The coupler is released on the tankers. So we're going to go ahead and cut off these hoppers up to this little grain car here. Rolling back again. DPUs have got to be working here. I know they are. Well, they should be. Rolling back more. Something we don't want to do. Go ahead and get on her again. Come on. Come on. Come on. This little hill has just got us messed up, chat. It's got us messed up. Oh. starting off here slowly but surely. We're only now going to be 121 cars. Long, still pretty long train. We're gonna be back on the move here, chat. Thank heaven. So we are gonna be back on the move here. 2 miles an hour now. Hopefully here shortly those other cars will begin to push on the back of our locomotives and give us a little bit of leeway there. Still moving very slow. We're just going to creep for right now until we're able to gain our traction back. Make sure that we do not have our waypoint anymore. So once we get off of this hill and onto a place that'll be easier to start off from again, we're going to stop again, set our waypoint, and then begin our journey again. Excuse me, chat. That right there is the reason I say we need to keep our momentum, because we will come to a halt like that. We're going to go ahead and get a slow roll by of this train. Beautiful stuff right there, chat. Beautiful stuff. Coming up on our Union Pacific units, now our BNSF units. Now we're going to be at 7 miles an hour and climbing. Go ahead and hopping back into the cabin here. See where our next signal is. Our next signal is not going to be for another little bit, so hopefully we will get a grade drop. Our next signal is going to be right up here, so hopefully we will get a drop in grade. That way we can get this behemoth on the road again. Fortunately, we had to leave back some cars, but we didn't leave back many. We'll have DOT take care of that. They'll move them off to the side. Most of our cars are over that hill now. I believe, if not most, half of them are. So I believe what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and stop here. Still going to be going up a 1.1% grade, but we will hopefully be able to get moving again. We're going to go ahead and stop here. Right fast, we are going to go ahead and jump into our second view and cut our headlights to dim. And we are going to get our waypoint set back again. Like I said, we're going to be going off to this track off the side here. Confirm our waypoint. 19 miles. Right fast, we are going to go ahead for a restroom break. We are going to sit right here like this. Be right back, guys. Chat, we are back. So now we are going to get this beautiful Norfolk Southern moving again. Go ahead and bail off our brakes here. Back up in notch 4. 2 blows of the horn. We're back on a roll again, chat. You know, continue through these tough terrains. Gonna have now new units: Norfolk Southern 8161, Norfolk Southern 8006. On a move. Once again, we are going to go ahead and bail off our brakes completely. That's what you call the start go procedure, which I believe is start go, maybe stop go or stop start procedure. You apply just a little bit of the brake with throttle, that way you don't get any wheel slip to get you moving. As you can see there, it helped out quite a bit. We're going to get this thing back on the road. We're still 121 cars long. Later on down the road, when we get some, maybe some more even terrain, we will go ahead and make our way back to the back of the train and try to add another DPU unit on the back, since we had to leave our other one behind. we're on a good roll now, getting up to 10 miles an hour now here. 18 miles left to go to our destination. What do you say, Chad? We've been live streaming for about 2 hours now, so I say we're gonna cut our journey in half and try to more than likely probably try to cut things a little shorter since we've been live streaming for so long. That ran into some difficulties on this game like we normally do. I think for the next stream we're gonna run sand patch grade for this game. For the next stream that we do with this game. Getting back up to 12 miles an hour here at a 1.1% grade, 18 miles left to go. We are going to be on the far right track. Y'all will still be able to view the Capon Pass. Still out of crawl at 13, but we are speeding up. Let's take a look at our effort. Effort's going to be on 44, so we're good on effort. We are still speeding up slowly but surely. Speed valve set is set to 110, so we are at the highest. Everything looks good. Banking comm is on. Everything's working correctly. It's going to be 34 minutes after noon in game. We're still looking good on time. They want it there by 2, at least to the sighting, since we ran into some difficulties. I think we're having one of our locomotives is having some traction issues. I think it's going to be our Union Pacific back there as to why we came to that halt back there, and also maybe some loss in power. So they went ahead and just shot these 2 rare units up here to us. Only ones that they had available that were actually getting painted out here and sent back to Pennsylvania. Sent these out here so we could use them to try to get it back on the road. And hey, they worked. So later on down the road, they're going to pull the Union Pacific, that first Union Pacific, off of this train and drive her down to the shop. Send us another unit up here, probably another BNSF unit up here to take this train the rest of the way. Still going to be at a steady crawl here. Going up a 1.2% grade. Back, we're still at 14 miles an hour. Looks like we've dropped just a little bit. Oh, we're back down to 13 now. But I know if we add any more throttle, we're going to get some wheel slip, so we're going to stay at 4. We're going to stay at notch 4 and keep her going. Like I said, later on down the road, we'll try to probably add another DPU on the rear. Maybe we'll actually add 2 DPUs on the rear. Try to give us some help. Really nerve-wracking though, really nerve-wracking. Still going to be going up at 1.2% grade. 17 miles left to go at 13 miles an hour. We're going to do our best here to keep this thing moving. Still looking good on time. That did cut us back just a little bit though. Still looking at about 47 in effort. Still going to continue in notch 4. We're going to have a green signal ahead of us, so we're good to go. We dropped back down to 12 miles an hour here. Up this 1.2% grade. Unfortunately, this grade is not decreasing any. Let's go ahead and get the switch here. There it is, green to red. Low bridge right here. Probably not even enough space for me to stand on the top of that train and stand straight up. Still crawling at 12 miles an hour. Excuse me. Looks like we're getting some fog as well, along with snow, which is going to make our driving conditions very tough for us as we continue to make this journey. Visibility has dropped a lot, down to 12 miles an hour now. Our effort's now going to be at 51. Visibility is very low. Good thing it's not snowing during all this fog, because that would get conditions to where we wouldn't even be able to operate anymore. down to 11 miles an hour now. 16 miles left to go. Back up to a 1.5% grade going up. Chad, I really don't know what to say about this. I really don't know what to say. We've been live streaming now for 2 hours. And this thing just does not want to move. Effort's still looking about 54. Still going to be notched forward 10 miles an hour. Or 11 miles an hour. 1.5% grade. 16 miles still left to go, chat. Let's see if we can make it happen. I'll tell you now. 114,366 tons. It's not easy to move. The developers of Train Sim World have made a really good game here, but they would just make it a little bit easier to where we could keep these things moving. They should have known when they put this train spawner in that most of us were going to be making real long trains and trying to take them cross country against these tough grades. They should have made them a little bit more powerful, give them some more pulling power, especially with so many units. Yeah. We've got 7 just on the head end of this thing. You can't even see them back there. We've got 7 engines on the head end of this thing with none on the back. 7 units in the front. That ought to be plenty to keep this thing rolling, and we're back down to 10 miles an hour. With 16 miles still left to go. So right now is really the time. We need that torque and that power, but if we add any more throttle, it's just we're not going to get anything but wheel spin. And I don't want to come to a complete stop again. With the hopes of us being able to continue and make this journey. And we are now down to a 1.1% grade. Let's hope that thing keeps falling, man. 1.0%. Let's hope it keeps going down, chat. If it doesn't, I don't know what we're gonna do. Come on, keep going down. I can't even really make out where we're at because visibility's so low. Also today, guys, I'm gonna be doing a review of the Yukon. I haven't posted the Yukon on the YouTube in a while, so we'll be doing a review on the Yukon later on today. So also be sure to look out for a video of that, probably going up tomorrow or the next day. Be doing a review of the Yukon, see what all's new with it, talk about what's coming for it. A look at it from before I had everything on it to now. Of course, she really hasn't been on the YouTube. If you guys follow any of my social medias and TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, you'll kind of see a little bit of what I've done to it. If you don't follow any of my social media, be sure to go down in the description below and grab those links. Grab those links to the Instagram, the YouTube, the Instagram, the TikTok. My Snap's down there. Not the link, but my Snap username is also down in the description as well. So be sure to go ahead and go follow the build. Looks like we're actually going to be climbing in speed down there. Look on the bottom, kind of the left-hand side of the screen on the bottom. We're jumping back up to 11 miles an hour here. So Still going to be at a 1% grade. Speeds are going to be dropping down to 75 right ahead of us. Which hopefully means that we are going to be able to start gaining speed here soon. We still have a good ways to go. We came a. Let me get a look here. Haven't made it too far away from where we stopped at. We are going to be coming into a curve up here. And then hopefully down here at this signal we'll start descending. Fortunately, I don't think we're going to start descending until we get about right here. So we may have a very slow crawl up until then. Oh, nope, we're back down to 0.5%. That's what I like to see, chat. That is what I like to see. The moment we start to get speed, I'm not going to hesitate to keep that speed. Back up to 11 miles an hour now. $15 miles to go on the GPS. Green signal ahead, speeds of 55 on the track. Going to be right ahead of us. Back up to 12 miles an hour now. We are looking at 12:49 on the time. Should be coming up on that signal now. Back up to 13 miles an hour now. Yep, here come the signals right ahead of us. We're gonna have a green and a caution. There's the switch. Back up to 14 miles an hour now. We're gaining in grade again. 0.7, 0.8. Try to gain as much speed as we can here. We're going to try one time to go up one notch. So now we are in notch 5 with the Sanders on. Double check our. We're cutting it a little close there. Back up to 16 miles an hour now. Now it is snowing again, so we're going to go ahead and turn our wipers on. Keep our Sanders on. Back up to 17 miles an hour now, chat. So we are on a good move now. Looks like the fog is going to start clearing up just a little bit here. We going over the highway here. 18 miles an hour, chat. 18 miles an hour, almost to 20. If we can get up at 20, I think we'll be okay. Still at a 0.8% grade going upward. 14 miles left to go. 12:52 on the time. We're now at 19 miles an hour. Fortunately, I think we're going to start increasing in grade though. By the way the track looks ahead of us, fog is gone. It started snowing again. Yep, we're increasing in grade again. 1.4, there it is. Pretty soon. Let's just hope we can keep our momentum. We've still got our Sanders on 1.6, 1.5. Looks like we're still increasing in speed just a little bit. Fortunately, I do think there is going to be a hill crest right up ahead of us. Maybe, if we're lucky. We're going to actually jump out right here and go ahead and go up a little bit and look. Maybe we do not have a grade, and maybe we don't have a drop in grade up here. Unfortunately. I have a railroad crossing right here. I don't believe we're going to have a grade drop, unfortunately, chat. So we're going to be cutting it close. Really close. Crest of the mountain is going to be probably right up ahead over there. So we're going to come creeping around the side of this corner over here. Just hope we can keep this thing up to speed. We're going to be coming around the mountain any second now. We're dropping in speed again. And there she is, rounding the corner. $18 miles an hour now. We are dropping in grade. Good. 0.1% grade now. Go ahead and get out of the way here and let her come on by. We are downpouring in snow now, chat. And there she goes. $18 miles an hour now, chat. 14 miles to go. We're looking at 12:56 on the time. Been streaming now for almost 2 hours and 20 minutes. We're at 2 hours and 14 minutes on the stream. Back down to a 0.1% grade, and we are increasing in speed. So I'm glad to see that. We are increasing in speed. Glad to see that. I'm making a crossover up here onto the left track. So our crossover is going to be right here. We're going to have a green signal to go ahead and merge over. Also go ahead and try to get that as soon as we round the corner over here. Go ahead and get ready for it, because we are coming up. Should be rounding the corner any second now. Be a little close to it. So we're gonna go and back up just a little bit, about right here, and watch her move on over to the other track. Give you guys kind of a different point of view than what other people simulating this game would be giving you. And there she is coming around the corner down there, 19 miles an hour. I'm gonna be jumping up to 20 here soon, hopefully. If we don't gain our momentum back, we're never gonna make it through these mountains, especially with the snow. Now that there is more coming down. Back up to 21 now, chat, so we are looking good. 13 miles to go. Track speed is going to be fluctuating from 50 to 55 for now. Looks like we're plowing snow out of the way, chat. Are we plowing snow out of the way? Or is that just coming off of our train from moving? That's coming off of our train from moving. Okay. There's the switch right there from the right track to the left track. Now we are back up at 24 miles an hour, chat. Glad to see it, glad to see it. Back at 1% grade, though. Go ahead and give her another notch up right here, since we do have the ability to. We're going to keep her as high in throttle as we can while we climb through the mountains here. Go ahead and get some sand going on as well. Go ahead and turn our sanders back on. Still climbing the speed at 28 miles an hour, 29 now. .38 in effort. Back to a 1.5% grade. Sanders just cut off, so we should be good on traction for now. Walk her up another notch. With the Sanders on again. So we are now going to be a notch 7, close to full power. Going up a 1.6% grade. And let's see. Guys, I'm going to go ahead and just say in advance, it is currently 8:23 in the morning. If y'all start to hear my dogs bark, this is normally the time they let me know that they have to go outside. So if y'all do hear dogs barking, I apologize. So we're gonna have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 units on this train with nothing tailing on the back. Our tail end is almost complete through the switchover from the right track to the left track. We're still gonna be climbing 1.5% grade, going 13 miles at 26 miles an hour, dropping speed just a little bit again, 27 miles an hour. We're going to be a notch 7, trying to continue to make it up this hill. 1.5% grade now, still dropping in speed. I think we're good to go ahead and knock her up another notch. Go ahead and turn our sand on too. Give her full power. We're full power ahead now, chat. 1.4% grade now, so we are dropping. I think I see the crest of the. There's the crest of the hill. I think the hilltop. We are going to be trying to jump back. She's trying to jump back up to about 25 now. Let's see. As soon as we round this bend, I think we're going to start dropping. Yep, the crest is right here, and we're going to start dropping in grade right here, making our way down and around the side of the mountain. After that, we should be good. There she is, chugging along. Using about 66 in effort now. 12 miles to go. And 2 hours and 21 minutes of the stream now, so hopefully we'll be able to shorten the stream up just a little bit. Chat, we were 130 cars long, and now we are only 100. We're in the teens, 100 and something in the teens, so we had to drop off quite a few cars, sadly. We got some more grease pads up here we're going to come over and continue to make our way up this grade, 1.6% grade, 12 miles at 23 miles an hour, 24 miles an hour. Like I said, I go off the screens down here, not what's on the bottom right. So now we're going to be dropping down to a 1%, 1.0% grade. So we are dropping in grade now, just like I knew we would. Start picking up a little bit more speed here. And then we will start the descent down the mountain right about in this area. So we still got a little bit of climbing left to do. 1.6 again. Fog is getting heavy again with the snow coming down. That means our visibility is going to be crap. I'm at about 68, 67, 68 effort now. We're going to have another signal coming up here along, as well as a track speed, 55 miles an hour. So we got the green signal here. Let's go ahead and get that change. Boom, there it is. We are good to go. Speed, or new speed, is going to be right up ahead of us, 55. We're looking at 105 in the afternoon, in game chat. 105 in the afternoon here. Still continuing, got 12 miles left to go, so we are going to be cutting this load close to where they want it dropped off now at their new location, since we were having a traction issue with one of our locomotives in the back. So, yeah, we're going to try to keep going. We're at a 1.4% grade now. 24 miles an hour still, full power. Right, we're now at a 1.7% grade. So we are gaining in grade. Still at 24 miles an hour though. Track speed of 55 is going to be right up ahead. Coming up on it. Be able to see the sign here any second now. Well, it appears we've already passed it, actually. No sign. Huh. No sign for that track speed, chat. No sign. Back down to a 1.4% grade now. Good, good. We're now going to be coming around this bend. Some more sightings right here. and we are going to be able to make it down to the destination that we're going to. .5% grade, still gaining just a little bit, 11 miles to go. 69 in our effort, 23 miles an hour. As soon as we come around this last bend here, this is where it's going to start to get easy on us and then difficult again. Still creeping along. It's almost like a snake trying to hunt for prey. Just going to slither up these curvy mountain rails, trying to get where we want to be. We're down to a 0.5% grade now, chap. 0.5. If you look off to our right here, this is what we were climbing. That right there is what we were climbing. That steep of a grade. Now we're back down to just a 0.1. That shows you the difference in what we were going up. It may not seem like that big of a difference, but trying to pull 120 loaded cars up a mountain like that, you know, it's very, very difficult to do, especially when in the middle of a big snow like this and a big blizzard. We're going to be up at 26 miles an hour now. We're going to be coming around this bend down here, and this is where we are going to be able to make an easy trip down to where we are going. Just right fast before we come around that bend, I'll show you guys how steep of a grade that we're going down over here. Just to kind of show you, we're going to be getting off here. Or no, wrong place. Sorry, that's a little sighting for like a single car. We're going to be getting off down here. We're going to come around that. Well, we're still a good bits away from that. Yeah, we were just making it right there, but right here's where we're going off. Once we get about midway right here, we'll show you guys. We'll show you guys how steep that really is. Now, keep in mind the steepest grade that we've seen is a 1.7 or a 1.8, somewhere around in there. Keep in mind, and keep an eye on that bottom right hand side, that little box off to the right of the speedometer, where it shows a little locomotive going up a hill. That's going to be the grade that we're looking at. 0.1% is what we're going up now. And we're fixing to be going down something that is a lot steeper than 1.7%. So with that being said, 37 miles an hour, we're going to go ahead and just try to keep a minimum speed here. We're going to try to keep a minimum speed here of 40 miles an hour, no higher. We're going to be at 39 now, so we're going to reduce our throttle. $40 miles an hour now, chat. What we're going to do, we're going to try to reduce our speed just a little bit. Get off of the throttle here a good bit. Track speed is going to be dropping down to 50 and then 40. Our 50 is going to be right there. So we're back down to 50 now. And we are coming down the grade of 0.6 now. So we're going to start getting on our brakes a little bit here. About 50%. And there go my dogs, chat, so I do apologize about that. 11 miles to go. We're looking at 112 on the time, so we are making good time now. Like I said, we're going to be on the brakes about halfway here. And we're going to go ahead and show you guys what we're going to be going down. So right here is what we are going to be going down, and you can see just how big of a drop off that is. We're now going down a 1% grade. Keep an eye on that, chat. Keep an eye on that. 2% right there. 2.4. Keep in mind this is the highest we've seen. 2.4% right there. 2.4% grade going down. This is why we are getting on our brakes. Speed limit is 30 miles an hour on this track. No faster. That's why we were into our brakes early on this. Still going to be at 2.4, and we are going to drop even more. We're going to get on our brakes just a little bit more. Apply about 95% brakes. $30 miles an hour, chat. There it is. 30 miles an hour. Right here, we are going to be dipping down even further. 2.6 right there. 2.6. 2.9. There it is. 2.9%. 3% grade going down. 3.0% going down. Very steep grade right here, chat. Very steep grade. Once more of our cars start to get in here, and almost all of them are in there. We're about halfway through that turn now. It is going to be very difficult for us to keep this train under 30 miles an hour. So we're going to go full service on the brakes. We are on a 3.0% grade going down. 12 miles left to go. We're going to be at a creep here. 19, 18. We'll go ahead and bail off the brakes just a tad. Go back down to about 50%. The good thing about this hill, chat, is if we do come to a complete stop, it will be very, 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 very easy to creep back up. It's very easy to go over the speed limit as we are still going down this 3.0% grade. As you can see, we're starting to slow. It's starting to become a little bit difficult for us to slow down. We're going to be at 12 miles an hour now, so we'll bail off our brakes just a little bit more, just to kind of keep her moving. Throw it on minimum reduction. If we go under 10, we'll bail them completely off. Yeah, we'll go ahead and bail them completely off now. And then you can watch just how fast that speed creeps back up there. I didn't like that too much, but we didn't have an alerter go off, so now we are going to be creeping back up in speed. Almost our full train is going to be in this siding here. We're going to be creeping at 12 miles an hour. Try to be as cautious as possible. And there is a railroad crossing somewhere along the lines here. I believe it's going to be somewhere. I know there's one on this line somewhere right in here. I believe it's going to be back over here a little bit. Somewhere in here. Maybe. I think I went past it, but we're back up to 26 miles an hour now, chat. 2.8% grade, so we're increasing in grade a good bit. So we're going to go ahead and get back on the brakes here. Full service on both brakes because we are going over 30 miles an hour now. Because like I said, chat, it is very hard to keep this thing under 30. Especially with a train this big. 2.9, 3.1%. There's the steepest. 3.2 right there, chat. 3.2% grade right there. So now we're going to be in trouble. We are at 35 and still climbing. So hopefully we will be able to get out of this. 3.2, 3.1, 3.2 still still climbing in speed, going up to about 40 miles an hour here. We may have to throw this in emergency, chat. We may have to go into emergency here. 2.7% now, still climbing in speed at 42 miles an hour. We're gonna be at 44 now miles an hour. 44 miles an hour now, chat. 44 miles an hour. We may have to throw emergency on. We're still creeping up. We're gonna try our best to try to regain it, but our whole train is now gonna be in this part of the railway now. So creeping up to 50 miles an hour now, chat. It's gonna start to get really scary right here. We're still in notch 2. We need to get off of the throttle. Off of the throttle. Creeping up to 55 now, chat. 55 on a 30 mile an hour railroad. 30 miles an hour is the speed limit here, and we're going to be at 57, almost 60 here. So we're full application on the brakes. On both on both brakes, we'll throw in some dynamic here. Throw in some dynamic brake here. Try to slow this thing down a little bit. Looks like it's going to be helping just a little bit, but we are still at 60 miles an hour flying down this railroad. 3.4% right there, chat. 3.4. We're going to go ahead and throw the dynamic all the way up. We're getting some wheel slip now. We're going to turn the dynamic down just a little bit so we don't get any wheel slip. It's the last thing you want on railways like this. Still getting wheel slip. Go it up to about 4 or 5 now. Going 65 down these railways. Not safe at all for these sharp turns. We're around the biggest turn now, so we're still at a 3% grade. There's the switch. There it is right there. Green to red. Looks like we're going to be sticking around 65. So hopefully here that dynamic will be just enough to keep us from derailing. Very dangerous railways right here, chat. Very dangerous. It's actually going to be slowing us down a little bit. Still getting a little bit of wheel slip. Here's one of the sharp curves right here. We are barreling down this railroad. Barreling down this track at 60 plus, 64 miles an hour here. Here's another sharp turn. Very sharp turn right here, chat. Kind of see the locomotives rocking back and forth there. We're going to keep the dynamic brake at about 5 right there. Keep our brake applications full application on the brakes. Speed, and we're slowing down about 62 now. Still going down a 2.5% grade. Our rail cars are still going down one of the steepest parts of this track here, which was a 3.5 or 3.4. We're going to be slowing down into the 50s now. We're going to be under 60, Still going down to 2.0% grade. 10 miles to go. It's looking at 121 on the clock, chat. 121, 9.9 miles to go, so we are almost there, chat. We're going to start increasing in grade right here. Fog is clearing up, so that's good. We'll be able to get our visibility back. We're going to go ahead and bail off the dynamic. Go ahead and get a nice little flyby for you guys at 51 miles an hour and a 35. Here she comes. There she is, barreling down this track. We're going to be back down under 45. Still going down to 2.1% grade though. We're going to be 40 miles an hour and slowing. Now the speeds are going back up, so we're going to go ahead and bail off of our brakes now. 9 miles to go, chat. 9 miles on the dot to go. So we're going to go ahead and go back into notch 1 here. Minimum power. Oh, there was another little jerk from the railroad cars behind us. Get off the throttle now. Go ahead and do about 50% brake. 60. There's a railroad crossing right up here, chat. So we'll go ahead and take you to that and get you another flyby down here of the entire train. Right around this bend here. There's the railroad crossing right here, chat. So we're going to go ahead and get on this side of it. As we are fixing to come through that curve. 45 miles an hour, not too much over the speed limit. There she is. Lay on the horn there. Coming through here at 50 miles an hour. We're still really moving. Coming into a caution signal right up ahead of us. Still gaining in speed a good bit. We still got 8 miles to go, so don't believe we need to apply any more brakes at this time because we still have 8 miles to go. Still creeping up into the 50s, coming up in the 55 range, coming into the 60s here in a minute. Still going down a 2% grade. Here comes the last car. And there she goes. Go ahead and jump back into the cabin here. Apply just a little bit more brake. Go ahead and go into full service on both of them. We are moving about 63 and a 40, so need to slow that up a good bit. Coming into another curve here. Little too quick, little too quick. Coming down into a 50 range. Another caution. Another crossing right here. Excuse me. Gonna be now down at a 2.1% grade. Another caution signal right ahead of us. Watch the switch. There it is. Gonna be slowing just barely. We're gonna barely let off the brakes here. Probably drop it back down into the 60 range. And I believe up here we are going to be merging over twice to get into this track right here. Go along the side of the mains to get to where we're going. 6.6 miles left to go. Looking at 127 on the clock, chat. We are going to cut this really close. Coming around as we come around another bend here. Snow is still falling. We are thick in snow right now. A roadway or a railway? That is a railway, actually. Wow. We're going to go ahead and get off the brakes a little more here. We're under the speed limit now. Right up here, we're going to be making the switch over from the middle from the left track to the middle, then to from the middle to the left, and then from the left to the far left. So, still looking good on time. 6 miles to go. We have another caution signal right up ahead. Streaming now for almost 3 hours. But I believe our train, we are going to be all the way out of those tough mountain railways. Switch over is going to be right up here. We're going to do it kind of quick, chat. We're going to risk it for the biscuit and do it quickly. We're going to have the signal right there. We're going to make this switch over at 70 miles an hour, chat. 70 miles an hour. And there it is, 70 mile an hour switch over. First one. Second one coming down here. Here's the second one. 74 miles an hour now, chat. And here is the third. There it is, 77 miles an hour. Really moving now. We're going to go ahead and apply full service brakes on both. We're moving at 83 miles an hour now, chat. Still going down a grade. Maybe I should have kept this thing slowed down a good bit. We're going to go over here to this bridge and just show you how quick we are moving. So right here is going to be where we pass by. There it is. 84 miles an hour. Struggling to slow down. We are really moving here. If I'm not mistaken, we're still creeping up in speed too, chat. 3 miles. So we're going to go ahead and throw in some dynamic. Just under 2 miles now. We're going to be slow, and I think we're going to go ahead and throw her in emergency. We don't start slowing a good bit by the time we reach this signal. We're slowing, we're going down to 80 now. Figured you guys wanted to see some true speed, so there's some 80 miles an hour with a 121 car long freight train. So we're gonna be almost under 2 miles now. Throw our dynamic brake all the way up. Try to prevent us from having to throw it into emergency. But unfortunately, Chad, I believe we're gonna have to throw her in emergency. Still got a good. Yeah, we're gonna have to throw her in emergency, chat. Because this rail is a dead end. Doesn't keep going. Alright. We're gonna go ahead and throw her in emergency, chat. Throw off the dynamic, and I don't believe it's gonna be enough to stop us. slowing now. Down to about 68 miles an hour, 67 now, 66. We are slowing now. We're coming up on a red signal, and I don't believe we're going to have enough time to stop. I don't believe we're 2,000 feet and we're still doing 50 miles an hour. Yeah, we're not going to make that stop. It'll be a miracle if we do. Unfortunately, I don't believe we're going to be getting that miracle. Well, chat, we might do it. I'm not going to stop at our marker. We're going to be under 40 now. Chat, we may do it. I believe we're going to make it, chat. I believe we are going to make it, chat. Look at that. Creeping up on that signal at 10 miles an hour now. We are making the stop, chat. We are making the stop. There it is, chat. Right there. Objective complete. Look at that. We're going to go ahead and get her out of emergency. Back to full service. Go ahead and turn everything off. And we did it, chat. We did it. We sure did. So now what we are going to go ahead and do is we're going to shut this unit off. There it is, chat. There it is. We were able to make the journey without failing it and blowing this signal. You can see the track just kind of floats there. But this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful Norfolk Southern for the win. Tell you what, guys, I'll always pick a Norfolk Southern. These things are monsters. So what we're going to go ahead and do, we are also going to go ahead and cut our headlights to dim. And then right fast before we end the stream, chat, I want to go ahead and show you this awesome, awesome, awesome thing that they introduced, or not introduced, but this awesome thing for Train Sim World 4. And it is actually going to be their photo mode. Their photo mode is absolutely amazing. I've already got my settings set up to the way I want them. So if we wanted to, we can just go ahead and take this snapshot. And there it is. And we're going to save and upload it. And then what we are also going to do, we are also going to hit F, hide away everything. And we are going to go into our snipping tool. And we are going to, we are going to go ahead and take a snip picture of this with our snipping tool on our computer. Just like that right there. Save as. I believe T3. Yep, T3. And there it is, chap. There it is. We were able to get this beautiful Norfolk Southern to a complete stop from 85 miles an hour. And we were able to complete the journey with no derailments. So, that being said, chat, if y'all guys did enjoy the live stream, please, please, please be sure to like, subscribe, share. I keep forgetting to share that, or say that. Share my videos. Please share my videos. It would help me out a lot. I would appreciate it a lot. For 100 subs, we're doing a very special episode. And then eventually on down the line, we will be doing giveaways for each and every 100 subs that we get, all the way until we get to 1,000. And then every 1,000 subs we get, we will be doing giveaways, or every 500, and then every 1,000, and so on and so forth. That being said, guys, I do appreciate y'all joining me on this journey tonight. Um, I hope y'all have a wonderful rest of y'all's day. With that being said, chat, it's your boy Denali, and we are out.